Front row, road racer extraordinaire Robbie Gordon is a former winner here in NASCAR Sprint Cup competition. But how about in the 40 car? He won an Indy 500. He won an IndyCar title in 2007. And he said, the next step in my career is I want to go NASCAR racing. And Dario Franchitti, folks, in only his 16th career start, is here in NASCAR as the pole sitter. He will lead him down. A 35-year-old Scotsman hoping to get his first ever NASCAR win on the road course at Watkins Glen. Green flag, and the hustle becomes in turn one. Here they go. Gordon on the attack on the outside.
Dario Franchitti got a good start there, and he actually beat these guys by about 3.5 tenths in qualifying. So I think if he can get out front and make some time here, we'll see him lead this race for a little bit.
Very aggressive on that start. He pulled a couple of car lengths getting down into turn one.
See a lot of jockeying for position. That's always one of the toughest things on the restart and the start of the race. We see Denny Hamlin trying to make some way up through and battle with Robbie Gordon there as they get to the interlude.
One of the things you see here is these guys will start setting up for the next corner way back. They don't want these guys getting inside of them for the next corner. So they'll actually, of a defensive move way over on the racetrack to block those moves.
That is Kyle Busch in the 92 car right behind the 88. Third different car that Kyle has driven for the team in 2008. Jimmy Johnson able to make quick work of Robbie Gordon to take the second spot away. There's the 92 of Kyle Busch, who was the NASCAR Sprint Cup points leader, but also a 6-time winner in nationwide racing here in this season.
Jimmy Johnson put some pressure on Franchitti.
It's going to be interesting to see if he tries to make a move as we get down to turn one and outbrake Dario Franchitti into the first corner.
He's going to try. He doesn't do it. Right now the brakes are as good as they're going to be. They're warmed up and they're still not overheated. So all these cars are at maximum stopping ability right now.
Denny Hamlin's still working really hard on Robbie Gordon here. We heard him say after his qualifying lap he didn't get everything out of that car. He thought he had a much faster car and that it was going to race really, really well, and he's showing that right now.
He looks like he's being held up by this 55 car. They pulled a gap. Those leaders, the two leaders, have pulled a gap on these guys.
Denny Hamlin in the 32. Here's the battle up front. They're just pulling away from third spot.
So Denny Hamlin there kind of misjudged that first part of the interlude and cost him a little bit of time. You can see that Robbie Gordon got away from him, but he was able to keep Kyle Busch behind him and not lose a spot there.
We'll see how quickly he can run down Robbie Gordon now. See, he pulls away from Kyle Busch.
Kevin Harvick there taking a move on the inside of Brad Keselowski. The 33 car is Harvick. Jimmy Johnson had a notion to look to the inside. Here they come down the front straightaway. We'll see if Jimmy will try to pull to the inside and outbrake him. But boy, Franchitti very good.
He is. He's getting down in this corner real well. The brakes are very well balanced too. You can see he can carry a lot of speed, get on the brakes real hard. Kevin Harvick still working hard on Brad Keselowski. I'm telling you, Brad Keselowski's learned this road racing pretty good. He's doing a great job.
That's Ryan Newman, by the way, the former winner here in the 22 car. Normally drives for Penske, Roger Penske on Sundays. Kevin Harvick had gained a spot and now has lost 2. Shannon.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick, I asked the guys in the garage, other teams, who the one team to watch this weekend was. They said that number 33 of Kevin Harvick. He has his Cup guys going over the wall today just to get a little extra practice for tomorrow's race. And he has Shane Wilson, who, of course, is his crew chief. Guys, there's trouble on the track. 29.
That is Kevin Harvick's teammate, Jeff Burton, who was one of the quickest cars in practice. He finished second here a year ago. Got very lucky to get that car out of the gravel track.
Extremely lucky. If you get caught in the middle of that gravel, you can't get the car going. You get stuck and have to get a tow truck. Usually you'll lose a lap doing that. He's very lucky to get out of here.
We can do that, but we don't have a caution either because of that situation.
Let's show you what happened to the 29 car. Left side of your screen there.
See all these guys jockeying for this position, getting into the inner-loop, and he gets a little bit of help from Marcus Ambrose.
I don't know if he got help or if he just got in there a little bit hard. It's hard to tell. When you're right behind the car, sometimes it's really hard to judge exactly where you're at getting into that inner loop. And I'm not sure if he got help or if Jeff got in there a little bit too hard, but it's got him at the end of the pack now. He's still on the lead lap, but he's got a long way to go. Dave?
DJ, one of the reasons why the 59 and 29 were so close together there, they were jockeying for position the lap before, and Jeff had just gotten around Marcos for 11th position, so no word from the driver on any contact at this point, and he's back to business.
Well, it was just real tight racing. You had about 5 or 6 cars really jammed up getting into that inner loop. And it makes it hard to judge. It looks like even from our camera angles that you can't hardly judge the depth perception getting into there.
I wonder why. Wasn't very happy there. We saw Kevin make a move to go around the 88, and he didn't quite looked like he didn't quite clear him as they got to the last corner, and then the 88 went back by him as they got down the front straightaway. So something there didn't make Kevin very happy.
That's one thing we've seen out of Brad Keselowski. He's going to race, no matter who it is, he's going to race him as hard as he can. And he didn't give that spot away to Kevin, and it cost Kevin a few spots on the racetrack, and probably a little frustration there.
And I think that maybe the way Harvick got up to him was Brad was kind of being patient in behind the cars in front of him because they had gotten a little bunched up as they came off the previous corner, and that's the only reason that Harvick had gotten a run on him. So you can see Kevin's a couple of car lengths behind him now, but we'll keep watching this.
Regardless, if I'm Brad Keselowski's crew chief, if that 33 catches us, I'd say let him go.
Kevin Harvick, you don't mess with him much on road courses. He gets a little frustrated. I guess tempers can flare, DJ, on road courses, particularly here at these speeds where you're trying to get a shot inside somebody, and it can end up going away in a hurry.
Yeah, they can. And, we talk about short tracks, the beating and banging. You expect that there, but you have more opportunities to get mad on the road course because there's more chances to run into each other. Dario Franchitti still out front here.
Franchitti holding off Jimmy Johnson. Dario Franchitti was the pole sitter. First time he has led in a NASCAR race. Franchitti has led the first 4 laps thus far. You're watching ESPN on ABC.